Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Whites Creek High School for tonight's Region 5 4A football game between the Bobcats of Greenbrier and the Whites Creek Cobras. You are stuck with just Kevin tonight. Jim's home sick tonight. Hope he gets feeling better here in just a little bit. Can be back with us next week. Getting started a little bit late. A little bit of rain coming in, so not sure exactly how that's going to affect everything. Hopefully the storms stay away, just be a little bit of rain, cool things off. Bobcats coming off a rough loss last week at Portland as they go to the second week of a 3-week road trip tonight at Whites Creek. Whites Creek coming off a bye week last week, had played one game, had a bye week. Their first week played a small school out of Memphis and took care of business. The Bobcats obviously stepped up to 5A to play Springfield, and then played Portland last week. Had a rough go of it. This week, get some players back, and hopefully can make some noise in the region. Get the first region win, get the first win of the season. Bobcats just took the field. Whites Creek is headed up the hill to take the field as well. We'll have National Anthem in just a few minutes. We'll sign back on as we get ready for kickoff. We've got Bobcat football here on VOTCLive.com.
I told Trent Harris a minute ago I look funny with an umbrella because it keeps it off my head, but my shoulders are still.
And we are back. It's time for the coin toss. Tonight's Bobcat captains: number 3, Luke Meyer; number 4, Cameron Grizzard; number 78, Logan Lorenz. It's good to see Cameron back. He was out last week, had a little bit of a lower body injury, was able to get rehabbed back. Looks like he'll be back in tonight. Dalton Head should be a little bit better this week as he's recovering from another lower body injury, and Bobcat should be close to full strength. We'll wait for the coin toss here. We do apologize, a little bit of wind tonight. A little bit of wind, a little bit of rain. You may hear that coming through on the broadcast. We are broadcasting from the bleachers. There's the coin toss. Looks like Whites Creek has won the toss. They have elected to receive. Bobcats will start the game on defense. They will kick the ball off. And Whites Creek will start the game moving right to left on the radio dial. Again, we'll bring you the sights, or at least the sounds of the game. Jim unable to make it tonight, so we're one-man crewing it. Maybe a little more dead air than you're used to. Jim does a good job of keeping that flow going. With the Bobcats huddled up, ready to go out on the kickoff team. 1 minute on the clock remains. And when that's expired,
The results of the coin toss: White Creek won the toss. We will be receiving from the west end zone. That's the one going into the hill.
as we wait the last 40 seconds out, this field is laid out east to west. So the Bobcats will defend the east end zone to begin the game. And a bit late, we are now going to have a national anthem, so we will take a break for just a moment, and we'll be back after the anthem. And we are back. Anthem is over. The Bobcats have taken the field, waiting for the Whites Creek return team to take the field. Officials are huddled at midfield. This is a beautiful field. All of the Metro schools, due to a grant from the Tennessee Titans in cooperation with Metro Nashville Public Schools, installed turf or are finishing installing turf at all the schools. Whites Creek got theirs installed late last year. I think they may have gotten one game in last year, just prior to the season ending. It looks like they've got the clock set at 10 minutes. I believe that should be 12 here momentarily. Let's see if they fix that. Caleb Yeh lining up his kick for the Bobcats. Back deep for Whites Creek, Trey Cook and Camarion Hill. And the kick is off. Short kick, fielded by the upback. That's going to be Covington for Whites Creek. And he is going to take that almost end zone. He ran that back around the near side, ran it all the way back to the 9-yard line. DeAndre Thomas was on pursuit, was able to knock him out of bounds, but it's going to be 1st and goal for the Cobras from the 8-yard line. The Bobcat defense will take the field. And we'll get the first look at this Whites Creek offense. Appear to have a problem with the clock. It's set at 7:48. Should be 11:48. Whites Creek's going to come out with three wide receivers, all to the right side. Shotgun look, running back to the right side. Man in motion, jet sweep. Bobcats played it well initially. Running back does hit the edge. It gets down to about the 3-yard line. The Bobcats had it stopped in the backfield, just couldn't quite get the wrap up on the tackle. And it's 2nd and goal from the 2. Whites Creek with a play call coming in. Deion Barnes, the freshman at quarterback. And he sets up, has 2 receivers wide left, 1 wide right. He's back to pass. Pass over the middle is complete. for a touchdown. Pass is complete to Pritchett. Caught it right in the middle of the field at the back of the end zone. Just a little slant route. And with the good kick return, Whites Creek scores first. It's 6-0 with 11:33 remaining in the first quarter. Will come out. They're going for two. Quarterback takes a snap, drop back. Man wide open in the back corner of the end zone. Something got busted in the coverage, and the two-point conversion is good. So with 11:33 remaining in the first quarter, Whites Creek strikes first and leads 8-0. Coming back out onto the kickoff. Bobcats will receive this kickoff. J.J. Adams, Cameron Grizzard. Caden Powell back to receive. They've actually moved up to about the 20-yard line, 21, 22-yard line. Bobcats look like they're expecting a pretty short kickoff here. And it is a little pooch kick. It does make it back to the back line. Cameron Grizzard on the return. He's got one of his own. Spinning out. Breaks 3 or 4 tackles. He's all the way up to the 44-yard line. The Bobcats will take over from their own 44 on the near side of the field. We'll see if the Bobcat offense can get into a little bit of a rhythm. Whites Creek started with a 9-yard field. Bobcats have a little bit further to go from that. But a good return nonetheless. Good to see Kyler Slate back. He was somewhat limited last week in action. He had been sick. He's able to be back full strength this week. And the Bobcats set up. 2 receivers to the left. Shotgun, handoff. Straight up the middle to Cameron Grizzard. He breaks it. Breaks a couple of tackles, a gain of about 14 yards. He's across midfield. And he's all the way down to the 41-yard line of Whites Creek. So about a 15-yard gain there. Good play by the Bobcats. And they just ran that one right up the middle. Good blocking by the guys up front. And the Bobcats set back up again. Kyler Slate from the gun. Hard count. Takes a look at the sideline. Makes a play shift. Luke Meyer swings in as a wing. Comes in a little bit tighter. Another handoff up the middle, this time to the left side. And Cameron, not quite as much doing on that one, but another good gain. Gain of about 5 yards down to the 36. So the Bobcats doing it a little bit differently than Whites Creek did. Whites Creek relying on speed to the outside. Bobcats are just going to go right at them. 2nd and 6 for the Bobcats, trailing 8-0 in the first quarter early. Bobcats have a bunch set to the right. One wide receiver to the left. It's a handoff to Cameron Grizzard. Bounces around the left side. Good pickup. And he's going to be close to a first down. If he doesn't have it, it's going to be 3rd and short. Wasn't quite as much of a pickup as we thought it was initially. Down to the 36-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5. Thought he got a little bit more than that, but angle here was not the greatest. Bobcats line up in the gun again. Kyler Slate back to pass. And the pass is just out of reach of Luke Meyer. He had his man, just couldn't quite connect on it. And now it's 4th down in somewhat of no man's land right here. 36-yard line. Got to think the Bobcats are probably going to go for it on offense. Either that or the quick kick. And Bobcat offense does stay out on the field. Two wide receivers to the right. Slate with a hard count. Takes a look back to the sideline. Cameron Grizzard in the backfield. And Slate is back to pass. Oh my goodness, just out of the hands of Cameron Grizzard. Cameron was streaking wide open, just could not quite get his hands on it. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. Whites Creek will take over at their own 36-yard line. With 9:20 remaining in the first quarter, your score, Whites Creek 8, Bobcats 0. And Bobcats will go back on defense. This time, Whites Creek's got a little ways to go instead of having first and goal. Got a handoff way outside. Bobcat defense does a good job of bringing that down. Caden Powell is the man who made the initial hit, and he slowed him down. Ryan Moles comes through, and several other Bobcats on the tackle as well. But a good job of closing that sweep. You've got to think that Whites Creek's going to run that sweep until we prove we can stop it. It was deadly effective for Portland last week. And Whites Creek definitely has the athletes who can get to the outside and make you pay. It's a loss of about 4 yards on the play. Whites Creek in the gun again, back to pass. Bobcats have the quarterback under duress. He's going to throw it away. Correction, he threw it to a wideout who was back, and he would have been better off to throw it away because it's a loss of about 3 yards. Good job by the Bobcat defense on 2 occasions. Number one, good pass rush. You get a freshman quarterback uncomfortable back there. He's going to make potentially a bad decision. He did check it down to his running back, but his running back was about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and now it's 3rd and about 22. Whites Creek awaits the play call. 7:55 and rolling. Whites Creek leads early, 8-0, but with a 3rd and long here. Got to think this is going to be a pass play. And quarterback launches one. Oh my goodness, he had a man just absolutely streaking. And he was about 5 yards ahead of the defense on that, and that's a 74-yard touchdown pass. Beautiful, beautiful pass by Whites Creek. And the speed just got behind the Bobcat defense. I'm not sure what more you can do right there. We can make them bigger, but that was just a track meet. Whites Creek comes in going for 2 again. They're going to have 1 man wide right. 3 receivers to the left. Bobcats going to be in isolated coverage on the right side. Handoff inside, and the Bobcats stop it. Luke Meyer there to make the stop. Good job of closing that inside run down. So Whites Creek unsuccessful on the 2-point conversion, but with about 8 minutes to go in the second quarter, or excuse me, in the first quarter, we've lost the clock. But it's 14-0 Whites Creek. Bobcats are going to have to figure out something on that long pass. It's difficult to defend when you've got guys with speed, but got to figure out a way to keep them in front of you. And the Cats will send the receiving team out, see if they can go back on the offense and make a little noise.
to go in the first quarter. It is your Cobras 14, Greenbrier 0.
Whites Creek lines up their kickoff. A short kick. Bobcats are able to get on it. Whew. That one was close. Zion Knight does a good job of coming up, jumping on that ball. The ball just kind of bobbled around just a little bit, just enough. But the Bobcats will take over on their own 40-yard line. Had a little bit of success early in the drive on their first drive, just running the ball. Then two passes on third and fourth down were just out of reach of the receivers. Well drawn up. And were they able to haul them in? Probably would have been decent gains on both plays. And the Bobcats will line back up. One receiver on each side. Luke Meyer at a wingback. Kyler Slade in the gun. Dalton Head in the backfield this time. Runs around left side. He's got a head of steam. And he's out across midfield. Looks like that should be just enough for a first down, and they will move the chains. First down, Bobcats. A good run by Dalton right there. Brought a man in motion. Got a lead blocker over there. Dalton just ran right behind him. Did a good job of putting his head down, getting what he could get. Didn't try to do anything fancy. The Bobcats line up. Again, a handoff to Dalton Head. Hits just off tackle on the right side. Pick up about 4 yards. Maybe only give him credit for 3. But it will be 2nd and 7 for the Bobcats. At the Whites Creek 46-yard line, 6:25 to go in the first quarter. Bobcats trail 14-0. Hard count from the Bobcats. No success there. And the Bobcats will check their play. Quick handoff to Dalton Head, and Whites Creek was ready for that one. Didn't quite get a hat on a hat like we needed to there. They were able to leak in from the backside. Loss of about a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Bobcats. Bobcats line up through to the right side. Dalton Head in the backfield with Kyler Slate. Check the play call. Get the line set. Dalton Head moves over to the right side of Kyler Slate. A little option play. And nothing doing on that one. Not much there. Kyler Slate thought about tossing it out to Dalton, but they had it covered up pretty well. He decided to tuck his head, get what he could. But it being a loss of 2 yards, and it's 4th and 10 for the Bobcats from midfield. Bobcat offense stays on the field. Kyler Slate will have a quick kick. And that ball is going to go out of bounds. When he stops walking, at the 41-yard line, so a short punt. And Bobcat defense will take the field again, trailing 14-0 with 4:35 to go in the first quarter. Bobcat defense back out on the field. And we'll see what Whites Creek has. You've got to think they're going to try to go deep again. And they do have receivers spread all over the field. 3 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Right side of the field is the wide side. They're moving right to left on the radio dial. Quarterback, back to pass. Quick screen. And the receiver's able to get it out around the side, just outside. Be out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. Whites Creek 48. So they gained about 8 yards. It's 2nd and 8. And the Bobcats kind of had it hemmed up, but he was able to just get outside there. So not a bad job defensively initially. Make it to the point of attack, but you've got to finish that play off. Receiver ran out of bounds on the play. And looks like there's a flag on the play. That one thrown from the sideline on Whites Creek's side over towards Whites Creek's bench. Got a side warning against the Cobras. And I don't want to jinx anything, but that's the first laundry we've seen on the field tonight. So sideline warning there. Whites Creek's got it 2nd and 2. They're at their own 48. 2 receivers left side. Wide receiver in motion from the right to the left. A little tall sweep. Bobcats had it hemmed up again, and he just gets outside. Steps. He's going to get all the way down to the 41-yard line of the Bobcats before he steps out. And we're doing a pretty good job of getting it to the point of attack. We've just got to finish it. And Whites Creek will have 1st and 10 from the Bobcat 42. Whites Creek back to pass, short pass. Bobcats playing a softer coverage, trying to keep them behind them. And we're just arm tackling right now, guys. We've got to do a better job of wrapping up than that. Again, you have a play somewhat hemmed up. Throw an arm out there to tackle, and he just runs through it, and they're all the way down 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Whites Creek will line up 1st and goal from the 7-8-yard line. Moving right to left. They've got 3 wide left, 1 wide right. Shotgun look, running back to the right. Man in motion. It's going to be a handoff inside. And running back goes virtually untouched up the middle for another Whites Creek touchdown. With 3 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter, your score, Whites Creek 20, Bobcats 0. And Whites Creek will line up to go for 2 again. Quarterback back to pass. Tried to check it down. A little bit of miscommunication on it. And so the conversion is no good. But nonetheless, Bobcats now trail 20-0 with 3 minutes 20 to go in the first quarter. And the Bobcat return team taking the field for more times than they would have liked to already tonight. But they're back out there. We got JJ, Dalton. Back to return. Very short kick. Front line is able to get down and own it. And Whites Creek tried to onside kick that one. The good news is we got on it and we've got good field position. Bad news is we're down 20-0, so we've got to make something happen with it. Bobcats will take over on their own 47-yard line, and we'll see if the offense can get something going. We've seen signs and glimmers, but we haven't quite gotten there yet. Bobcat offense comes back out. Cameron Grizzard checks back in at the running back position. Bobcats will have two wide right. A wing back to the right side. And it's going to be a handoff to Cameron. Pretty good head of steam by the line. Cameron picks up about 4 yards on that. Good job by the offensive line right there. They got a good push. And Bobcats pick up about 4, maybe 5 on the play. It's going to be second down and 5. Do cross midfield with that play. And Bobcats set back up in the shotgun, 2 wide left. I think we're going to get a false start right there. Just line did not look in sync. And that's what it's going to be, a false start against the Bobcats. So 5 yards forward, now 5 yards back. So they'll walk that one back. Be second and, we'll call it 2nd and 10. And Bobcats come back out. Wing back to the right side, 2 wide left. Running back to the left of Slate. Hard count. And the Bobcats will set up their play. Handoff Cameron Grizzard. Whites Creek was just coming on a jailbreak blitz there. Short gain on the play. And it's going to be 3rd and about 8 for the Bobcats. Kyler Slade on the rollout. They faked it. Pass is complete to JJ. There is a flag on the play, and I'm afraid that may be holding on the edge. We'll see what they say. Bobcat offense is walking backward, and they're going to get us for a hold on the edge. So a good play for the Bobcats is negated by an untimely holding penalty. And now sets you up at 3rd and 20. Bobcats was lined up 2 wide right, 2 wide left. Slade on a straight drop back. Little dump pass to Cameron Grizzard. He had some room. About an 8-yard pickup, but just not getting downfield on our blocks there. And so he hit the second level. Unfortunately, we needed about 20. He picked up about 7 or 8. And it's going to be 4th down for the Bobcats. Rolling down to 1 minute on the clock. And Luke Meyer will check in at quarterback. High punt, quick kick. And Luke's going to get a very good roll on that. It's going to roll all the way down to the 23, 22-yard line. Whites Creek will take over on their own 23-yard line, leading 20-0. It's 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Bobcats punted away. Whites Creek will take over on their own 22-yard line, and they're lined right back up. And that 3 wide set to the right. Quarterback back to pass again. And they had a man, but there was miscommunication on the route, so the pass falls incomplete. They had a man streaking down the field. And sometimes you'll take what you can get, so it's 2nd and 10 now for the Cobras. Bobcat defense looking for something to stop this pass game. Whites Creek is just essentially running a Hail Mary play, 4 verticals. If you play the NCAA football game. The Bobcats set up, Whites Creek sets up again, 2 wide to the right. They'll throw a little screen pass out to the left. Bobcats hem it up well and drop it for a loss. DeAndre Thomas in on that stop. So it's going to be a loss of about 2 yards. So now it's 3rd and 12. And we'll see what Whites Creek dials up here, but I've got to imagine they're going to go deep, just try to run that deep ball and get a man past the secondary. Whites Creek sets up, 3 wide to the right. And before they can get the snap off, that will be the end of the first quarter. Your first quarter score, Whites Creek 20, Bobcats 0. Whites Creek band is small, but they are mighty. They sound good over there across the field. We're going to flip the field, go from 20 to 20, make that 60-yard sprint. And we'll set up. It'll be 3rd and 12. Whites Creek backed up on their own 21-yard line. Bobcat defense coming back out onto the field. Whites Creek coming back onto their side as well. Reset the clock at 12 minutes. And let's see if the second 12 minutes can go a little bit better than the first did for the Bobcats. Whites Creek is going to set up with 3 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. And straight drop back pass. Quarterback hit just as he throws. Pass falls incomplete. Well covered there. Very good job on coverage there. That was Caden Powell coming up. He makes the hit, actually knocked the ball out of the receiver's hands, but I don't think he'd quite gotten control there. But that was a good job by the Bobcat defense. And that's maybe the first sign of life we've really seen. Came at a good time. And now it's going to be 4th and long for Whites Creek. And Whites Creek will send the punting unit out. Punter standing at his own 7-yard line. Bobcats look like they're coming for it. High snap. Bobcats over pursue just a little bit. The punter took off with it. But the Bobcats able to make the stop, and they're going to have really good field position with this. And that was Dalton Head coming up and making a great stop. Bobcats really came after it after that high snap, and the punter was able to slip out to the right side. Dalton Head does a really good job of getting back on that. Doesn't lose contain on it. And the Bobcats will take over on the 22-yard line with their best chance yet of putting some points on the board and making this back into a ball game. Kyler Slate lines up in the shotgun. Handoff right side. He moves to the left. Cameron Gazard gets around the outside. He's close to a first down. He's going to be ridden out of bounds. See where they spot it exactly. It's going to be close to a first down. And he's going to make it down to the 11, and that will be a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bobcats at the 11. Bobcat offense goes back to work. Slate, handoff again to Grizzard. He's rumbling forward. Pick up of a few. Looks like he's going to be down to about the 6-7 yard line, maybe the 7. Be 2nd and 6. Clock's rolling, just under 11:30 to go in the second quarter. Bobcats trail 20-0, but they are threatening. And Bobcats have gone into a heavy package now. Luke Meyer at quarterback. Handoff, and Luke's just going to take it. He's going to chug forward. Couldn't quite get the blocks on the edge. Maybe a loss of a yard. So now it's going to be 3rd down. Play just didn't quite develop as quickly as we needed it to there. And Slate will slide back into the quarterback spot. Bobcats will get the play call in. Cameron Grizzard at running back. 2 wide to the right, wing back to the left. Handoff, Grizzard. He's going left. Hits the hole quickly. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. So with 10:33 to go in the second quarter, it took a little bit to get warmed up. But the Bobcat offense does get warmed up. And they put 6 on the board. And cut the lead to 14. Bobcats do send the kicking team onto the field to try the extra point. Caleb Gay on to attempt the extra point. Snap, set, kick is up, and it's good. So with 10:33 remaining in the second quarter, Bobcat offense comes alive thanks to a short field. It's a 13-point ball game. Bobcats trail 20-7, 10:33 remaining in the second quarter. So after the touchdown drive, Bobcat kickoff team comes out onto the field. A little bit of a miscommunication. Trying to get the kicking ball in. Ball comes in. Caleb Gay will set it up at the 40-yard line. Caleb Gay takes his walk back, getting himself set up. Hands in the air. And here's the kick. It's a short one right in between the lines. And Bobcats almost got on it. Whites Creek able to fall on it. And that was almost another good break for the Bobcats. But McKinley for Whites Creek was able to fall on the ball just before the Bobcats could get to it. Well-placed kick by Caleb Gay. It fell right in between the two lines, kind of into no man's land. Whites Creek didn't know exactly what to do with it. They were able to come up and get it. They're going to take over on their own 38-yard line. A much better defensive series last time from the Bobcats. They were aided by a drop in the early downs, but then did a good job of stopping the short pass on second and third down. Had the busted punt, and the Bobcats got a short field. So we'll see what they do this time. Whites Creek lined up again. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback has the running back to his right. Man in motion. And they were going to run a crossfire. I think we might have had some early movement from Whites Creek. We'll see what the call is. And that is indeed what it was. False start on Whites Creek. So Whites Creek will start 1st and 15 on this drive. 10:30 remaining in the half. Whites Creek leads 20-7. And Whites Creek comes right back out. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back to the right side. It's a short pass over to the right side. They were trying to set up the screen. We had the tackle made. He slipped out of it. They wound up gaining about 6 or 7 yards on it. So 1st and 15 turns into 2nd and 7. And Whites Creek will move it up to the 41-yard line. 42-yard line. Whites Creek waiting on the play call to come in. And let's see how they set up this time. Ball's right in the middle of the field, about the 42-yard line. They're going to go 3 wide right, 1 wide left. Running back to the left. And a little crossfire action up the middle. My goodness, we had 4 hats on it and couldn't make a play. Dalton Head and Caden Powell finally come up and make the play, but not before Whites Creek first down. Whites Creek goes out across midfield down to the 46-yard line. Where to be 1st and 10. Whites Creek sets back up. Got 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right side, running back to the right of the quarterback in the shotgun. Man in motion. Handoff inside. And Bobcats hem that one up, do a really good job there. It's a stop for a loss back to the 49-yard line. So a loss of about 3. And you can see right there that Whites Creek is trying to set up an option play that comes right out of that. And Bobcats are fighting pretty hard, biting pretty hard on that handoff inside, and it's just a little triple option. Don't be surprised if the quarterback pulls that and tries to pitch it to the running back in another play or two. Whites Creek sets up again, 3 wide left, 1 wide right. Left side is the wide side. Quarterback back to pass. Screen pass. Block in the back is missed. That was a terrible block in the back, but it was not called, so it wasn't a block in the back officially. A gain will be up to about the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 4 for Whites Creek here. Whites Creek waits on the play call. Got moving 3 wide to the right now. 1 wide left. Bobcat defense shifts. Running back to the left side out of the shotgun. Snap. Quarterback back to pass. He throws it long. There was miscommunication on the route again, and the ball falls incomplete. So it's going to bring up 4th down here. And it's 4th and about 5, 4th and 4. Ball's on the 40-yard line. I've got to imagine Whites Creek's going to go for it right here and see what they can do. Whites Creek still out of the shotgun. They're going to have two wide right, 2 wide left. Running back in the quarterback's right-hand pocket. Whistle on the play. Bobcat line jumps, and the result of that penalty will be a first down. Those are the kind of penalties you just can't have. Playing on defensive line, you cannot jump. And that's one of those things. The film doesn't lie about what's going on right there, and that's just a bad mental error for the Bobcats there. So Whites Creek will now set up 1st and 10, 2 wide right, 2 wide left. Quarterback back to pass. Was under duress. Pass is going to fall incomplete. Good job by DeAndre Thomas on that. Got good pressure, got in the quarterback's face, made him make a quick throw, made him make an inaccurate throw. That's one thing about this freshman quarterback. He is really good if you give him time, but if you get him under pressure, he can kind of misfire. We've seen that a couple of times tonight. So Whites Creek's going to have it 2nd and 10. Ball at the Bobcat 35-yard line. Whites Creek sets up 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left. Running back to the left in the shotgun. There's a snap. Bobcats came after him hard there. He led his man just a little too much. The pass falls incomplete. And it will be 3rd and 10. We'll see what the Bobcats can dial up on 3rd and 10 here. 7:13 remaining in the half. Bobcats trail 20-7. Bobcats should get the second half kickoff. You'd love to make a stop right here. Go down and get a score and hold them. And boy, it could be a really different ball game at that point. Whites Creek out of the shotgun again. Bobcats coming. He had a man, but he just overshot him. That one would have been a touchdown if the quarterback had been on target. Thankfully for us, he was not. And it's going to be 4th and 10. So it's 4th and 10. Whites comes out, swapping some personnel around. Running a few off, running a few on. Taking a long time to get this play call in. Whites Creek does not have the 40-second clocks out on the field, so we can't see how much time's there. Whatever it wasn't enough because Whites Creek takes their first time out. So with 7:07 remaining in the half, Bobcats trail 20-7. Some signs of life out of the defense. Let's see if we can hold them on 4th down here. If we can, see if we can break something open on offense. We'll be right back with you. And we're back. Whites Creek coming out of the timeout was late to leave the huddle. Bobcat defense on the field. Officials started the 25-second clock. Whites Creek still coming out to the ball. And they're still slow to get lined up. You're going to have originally 4 out wide to the right. We're going to shift 1 back to the running back position. He's going to go to the left side of the quarterback. 1 wide left.
for this 4th and 10. Quarterback drops the pass. Under pressure. Receiver got separation, and the quarterback just missed his man. They were not able to link up right there. And that pass is going to fall incomplete. Bobcats will take over on downs with a chance to pull even closer here. 7:01 to go in the second quarter. Maybe a little bit of momentum turning for the Bobcats. They're going to take over on their own 35-yard line. Need another good drive right here. Bobcats are going to ride the hot hand. Cameron Grizzard back in at the running back position. Bobcats moving right to left. Whites Creek is not prepared at all, running a lineman on late. Handoff Cameron Grizzard. He's going up the middle. Woo, he stretched his arm there with the ball, but he's able to hold on to it. Picks up about 3 on the play. Bobcat coaching staff was yelling, "Get it off, before they could get the player on, but Whites Creek's able to kind of make the stop after a short gain. It's going to be 2nd and 7. And Bobcats back at it. Handoff Cameron Grizzard. He's around the left side. Churning forward. A good job by the line. Blocking downfield. And it's going to be a pretty good pickup there all the way out to the 44-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down. Looks like they're going to stop him just short. Be 3rd and about a yard. As we roll down to just about 6 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Bobcats trail 20-7, but are on the march right to left on your radio dial. Luke Meyer in at quarterback. It's just a straight ahead quarterback run, and a good job by Luke right there. Line blocks it up just enough. Luke gets out to about the 47-yard line. Bobcats nearing midfield. Pick up the first down. And we'll move the chains. Bobcats set back up to go to work. Grizzard on the left side. Wide receiver split out to each side. It's a handoff to the right side of Cameron Grizzard. He finds a seam. He breaks that one. He's going. He's still going down to the 30, 25, 20, 15. All the way down to the 10-yard line. Good burst of speed from Cameron Grizzard. And he had a head of steam, and he had a convoy with him. Whites Creek eventually able to chase it down. But not before Cameron's able to get all the way down just inside the 10-yard line. And it's going to be 1st and goal for the Bobcats as the clock rolls. And the hard count got him that time. And Bobcats are going beefy. Heavy set for the Bobcats. That's an offsides penalty on Whites Creek, so it's going to move the ball all the way down to the 4-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal from the 4. And the Bobcats have the heavy set in. Luke Meyer at quarterback. He's going to put his head down. Pushing. He is close. All the way down to the 1-yard line. Good head of steam right there. Whites Creek had a player slow to get up. He does get up, and he's coming off the field. Bobcats are setting up quickly. I haven't seen the replacement player go out for Whites Creek. And Bobcats with a quick snap. Luke Meyer, another quarterback run. I thought he got in, but boy, they said he didn't, so it's going to be 3rd and goal from about the 6-inch line. My goodness. He sure looked like he was in from this angle, but I didn't have as good of an angle as the official. The Bobcat fans behind me on the same side I am. And Bobcats quick to the line one more time. Snap, Luke Meyer, this time off to the right side, and there's no doubt about it this time. He walks it in the end zone, puts his head down, runs over a man 1 yard in. Bobcats on the board again, and all of a sudden, folks, we've got a 1-score ball game. And Bobcat's going to leave that heavy set in. It's 20-13. 7-point ball game. Luke Meyer still at quarterback. Gonna run JJ in motion. Gonna run. I thought we had a sweep, but he fooled everybody, including me. Luke Meyer walks it in. They fake the sweep, and everybody bid on that. JJ Adams almost got tackled, but had no ball on his hands. Luke Meyer just takes it, runs it right up the gut, and all of a sudden, folks, 3:53 remaining in the first quarter. The Bobcat offense has come alive. Bobcat defense playing a little bit better. They've gotten a couple of stops. It's a 5-point ball game. Bobcats started off in a 20-0 hole with 3:53 remaining in the second quarter. Your new score, Whites Creek 20, Bobcats 15. Bobcat kickoff team is back on the field. Whites Creek came out, had extra people on the field. Now they're going to run another deep man on. And Caleb Gay with another little just pooch kick. And there's a scrum for it. I think Whites Creek wound up on it. We'll see. And another close one. Whites Creek playing a weird return team right there. Bobcats are pooching it right to the 40-yard line, and they have got a 15-yard gap between their two lines. Whites Creek was able to come up with it, and they'll take over on their own 42-yard line. 3:48 to go in the half. Bobcats trail 20-15, but momentum has definitely swung. We'll see what Whites Creek can dial up this time. Whites Creek's going to come out in a 5-wide set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now they're confused about what their set's going to be. Now they're going to go 3 to the right, 2 to the left, running a lot of time. And Bobcats come right after it. And so Bobcats with a really heavy pass rush. I think they may get them for a late hit on the quarterback. Had a good lick there, got a good lick on the receiver. Pass fell incomplete. We'll see what the flag officially is, and it is going to be a personal foul, roughing the passer on the Bobcats. Bobcat defense aggressive right there. Said they got there a step too late. It was a pretty bang-bang play, but the officials said that it was out of his hands, and they took just a little bit too much time getting to him. Regardless, it's a 15-yard penalty. We'll move the ball across midfield. Whites Creek now has the ball on the Bobcat 44-yard line. And they go into a tight set, 1 wide left. Everybody else bunched up, and they're going to try to go sweep. They had the numbers for it, and they are going to get around the outside, running hard. There's a flag that comes in from behind the play. A little bit of scrum at the end. I don't know if there's a hold or a block in the back right there. That's what you generally think that's going to be unless it was a face mask. Got to think it's probably a hold the way that flag came in from behind. We'll wait for the official signal. Whites Creek walking backward. And it is going to be a hold downfield. So we'll see where that's spotted from. So it'll be a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Winds up being a net gain of 3-yard line, or a net gain of 3. It'll be 1st and 7 for Whites Creek. Whites Creek will set up 3 wide right, 2 wide left. Look like they're coming around. Put a man in motion. Bobcat defensive line got to the quarterback but couldn't get him, but there's going to be a hold right there on that play, and that's the reason they couldn't get to him. A good job off the edge there by the Bobcats. I think they're able to draw another hold. And if they are, that's going to negate a pretty good little scramble by the quarterback. And we will again wait the official signal. And it is indeed a hold on Whites Creek. So that explains why the defensive lineman was laying on the ground trying to make the tackle. That's going to move the ball all the way back to the 50-yard line. So now it's first down still. But it's 1st and 17. Rolling just under 3 minutes to go in the half. Whites Creek has 2 bunched up close on the right side. High snap. Quarterback runs left side. Defense had it snuffed out. Good job by the Bobcat defense. And that's big Gavin Landris making a play. I think that's actually who made the play on the quarterback a moment ago and got tackled. But Gavin doing a good job of closing. Everybody stayed home right there. Whites Creek tried to run it back to the left side of the field. That was away from the flow. I'm not sure if that was designed. The snap was high. It looked like the play may have gotten busted up a little bit. Either way, Bobcat defense does a good job of staying home. It's 2nd and 22. Whites Creek will have 3 wide out to the right, 2 to the left. Another jailbreak blitz. And a sack. Ryan Moles is able to get back there. Bobcat defense was flying around. Ryan's finally able to drag him down at the 40-yard line. So what got down to a 1st and 7 is now 3rd down. And I'm trying to count the yards off. I think it's about 3rd and 26. Whites Creek pushed all the way back to their own 40-yard line. Do have timeout on the field. And if you're the Bobcats here, 1:46 remaining. Not sure how much time you've got. This has been a run-heavy offense so far tonight, at least what's been effective. Bobcats should receive the opening kick, or set to receive the opening kick in the second half. And I say set to receive because White House has done a couple of onside kicks, little pooch kicks. So would not be surprised at all to see them try to line something up and make it happen right there. But for right now, it's 3rd and very, very long for the Cobras. Bobcat defense looking to get off the field again. Get the offense out there, see if you can do anything in that last minute or so a half. But the bigger thing, see if you can make another stop, hold the score at 5 down, and get the ball to start the second half. Whites Creek comes out after the timeout. 3 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Bobcat defense, and we've got a false start before we can get that one off. And that's going to be a false start on pretty much everybody but the center. And 5 more back. Ball now back to the 35-yard line. Whites Creek will bring a running back in here, at least for a talk. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Running back does come back in. He's to the left of the quarterback. Snap. Little dump off to the running back around the left side. He hits the edge, gets upfield a little bit, but he's only to the 40-yard line. And the good thing about 3rd and 30, there's not a lot of plays dialed up for that. Timeout on the field. Bobcats are going to take the timeout. It's 4th and 25. Whites Creek has the ball on their own 40. Bobcats are going to take the timeout with 1:20 to go in the half. You would think Whites Creek's going to send the punt team out. However, Whites Creek is a team that likes to gamble a little bit. Would not be completely shocked if they try a fake punt. Not a lot to lose for them. Bobcats have taken 2 timeouts on this drive trying to preserve the clock a little bit. So they only have 1 timeout remaining. 1:20 remaining on the clock. Whites Creek has done a good job so far of getting receivers open downfield. My paycheck's not enough to be a coach, but all these crazy scenarios run through my mind sometimes. We'll see what Whites Creek does. They're going to line up the punt team. Cook back to punt for Whites Creek. He's standing at his own 26-yard line. Luke Meyer almost blocks that kick. And everybody in the stadium, at least on this side of the field, had a heart attack. The ball was just about to roll dead, and the Bobcats picked it up. No gain on the return. No real loss on anything. But the Bobcats will take over on their own 35-yard line. 1 minute, 11 seconds on the clock left in this half. We'll see what the Bobcats have. They come out. They've got 3 wide receivers out to the left. Running back to Slate's left. He's going to drop back to pass. Short pass over the middle is complete to Cameron Grizzard. Gain of a few. Bobcats setting back up. Clock ticks under 50 seconds. It's 2nd and 8. And Bobcats will hand the ball off. Cameron Grizzard on the carry for the Bobcats. He was around the left side. Pickup of a couple. And now it's 3rd down. Whites Creek still has a couple of timeouts left. Doesn't look like they're going to take that timeout, at least not right now. Clock rolls under 25 seconds. Handoff this time right side to Cameron Grizzard. Pretty good push from the offensive line. Out across the 45. Correction, out across the 40 to about the 41. Clock is rolling under 10 seconds. I think everybody's going to be content to let this one go into halftime. And time will expire in the half. So, first quarter was all Whites Creek. They scored 20 unanswered. Bobcats come back in the second quarter. Score 15 unanswered of their own. We go into halftime. Bobcats trail 20-15. Bobcats will get the kickoff to start the second half. We're going to take a break for about 10 minutes. We'll see you right back. And ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Time for second half action. Bobcats will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. And we'll see what they can do. Bobcat offense seemed to have some momentum rolling in the second quarter. Whites Creek taking a long time to get ready. They actually came back onto the field after time had expired for halftime, and they'd put the 3 minutes back on the clock. They seem to be headed off to the sideline now. The kickoff team may be getting ready. So kind of a wild first half. Recap. Whites Creek comes out, takes the opening kickoff all the way back to the 9-yard line, scores on their first drive, go up 8-0 really, really quickly, less than a minute in. Bobcats get stymied on their first drive. Whites Creek takes it down again, goes up 14-0. Bobcats again come out, move the ball a little bit, give it away. Whites Creek takes it back. Whites Creek is up 20-0 at the end of the first half, at the end of the first quarter. Moving into second quarter action. Bobcats got the offense spurring a little bit, thanks in part to a short field after a muff punt, a nearly dropped punt on the snap. Punter came around. Bobcats only had about 20 yards to go, and they were able to score a touchdown on their first drive of the second quarter. Bobcat defense holds. Bobcats get the ball back, score a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion, and that puts us here at halftime. 20-15, Whites Creek leads. Whites Creek has their kickoff set up. Short kick. Bobcats able to get on top of it. Had a man diving for it. Couldn't quite see who that was. Had a man diving for it, and it popped right up on him. Bobcats are able to cover it up, though. We'll have good field position to start. They'll recover that one all the way up at, as soon as they mark it. Looks like it'll be at about the 40-yard line. It will be at the 40-yard line, almost dead center of the field. So Bobcats come back out. Cameron Grizzard in at the running back spot. And it's going to be a handoff to Cameron. Round left tackle. Good head of steam. He gets met at the second level, but he picks up 6-7 yards, about 7 yards there. So a good pickup on first down. It's going to be 2nd and 3. Bobcats move fast back to the line. Whites Creek defense wasn't quite set up yet. Hard count. Nobody bites. Slate walks back to the line, makes adjustments. 2 wide to the right. Wing back to the left. Running back to the left. It's a handoff again, this time to Grizzard. He's trying to find the hole. He gets run down from behind. It's a short pickup on the play. And they actually call that no gain at the end of it. So it's going to be 3rd and about 3. Rolling just under 11 minutes in the third quarter. Bobcats trail 20-15, moving right to left on your radio dial. Luke Meyer now at the quarterback spot. He's going to take direct snap. And Whites Creek was ready for that one. They sent the house on it. Bobcats are actually going to lose yards on that play. It's going to be a loss of about 4. So it's going to be 4th and 7. Bobcats have done that quick kick all night long. Slate lined up at quarterback. Grizzard at the running back spot. And Bobcats do hand it to Grizzard. He's pushing forward, but he's not going to have nearly enough for the first down. And Whites Creek's going to get the stop on 4th down there. So the Bobcats are going to turn it over on downs. First play of the drive looked pretty good. Couldn't quite make anything happen after that. Whites Creek's going to take over. And they're going to be at the Bobcat 45-yard line. 10:04 to go in the third quarter. And the Bobcat defense is going to need to rise up again. Whites Creek comes out. It's that same spread look. They're going to go 3 wide right, 1 wide left. Run a new player onto the field. They've got a running back into the left of the quarterback. At the Bobcat 45-yard line. Man in motion. And a lot of miscommunication right there. So Whites Creek looked like they might be trying to set up some kind of a reverse there. Quarterback pulled it, turned back around to his right, slung it out to the right. Didn't really see a receiver in the area. I don't know if there's a miscommunication on the route or exactly what it was. Just a busted play all over for Whites Creek. Bobcat defense holds. And it's 2nd and 10 from the Bobcat 45. We rolled just under 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Whites Creek comes out. 3 wide right, 1 wide left. Running back to the left of the quarterback. There's a snap. He drops back to pass. Pressure from the Bobcats. Little slant pattern thrown right over the middle, and he just got right in the soft spot of that zone defense for a pretty big pickup for Whites Creek there. They're going to get all the way down to the about the 25-yard line. So a good pickup for Whites Creek there. Bobcats were coming with pressure, but couldn't quite get there quick enough. Receiver's able to sneak into the soft spot of the zone. Catches that little slant route right over the middle. And Whites Creek is in business for now. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line of the Bobcats. Whites Creek again, 3 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. Running back to the left. Snap. Quick pressure. The quarterback steps up. Pretty good job right there. That was DeAndre Thomas on the tackle for the Bobcats. Quarterback, don't think that was a design draw, but he made it work. Picked up a few yards. Picked up more than a few yards. I think he's actually going to give him credit for 4. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 for Whites Creek. As the clock winds now down under 8:50 to go in the third quarter. Bobcats trail 20-15. Whites Creek on the move. 3 wide right. Quarterback back to pass. That same slant pattern again. And that one's going to go for a touchdown for Whites Creek. And one more time there. They just got that slant pattern right into the soft spot of the zone. Man makes a catch. Turns it up. Runs it a few yards into the end zone. Whites Creek pulls back ahead, 26-15, pending the extra point. And Whites Creek will line up and go for 2 again. They are up 9. Excuse me, up 11. And that pass goes right to the corner of the end zone. Bobcat defense didn't really have an answer in coverage right there. Can't let a man leak back like that. And the 2-point conversion is good. Whites Creek pulls back ahead 28-15. 13-point ball game. Bobcats trail early in the third quarter. The Bobcats will send the receiving team back, kick return team back out again. Got to expect another little short pooch kick. We've got to do a better job of getting on it. They are getting dangerously close. Both teams really on each kickoff, dangerously close to recovering their own kickoff. One of those is going to get away from somebody at one point. You've got to hope it's you. Try to make that break and get an extra possession in this ball game. 8:37 remaining in the third quarter. Bobcats trail 28-15. Bobcats will be moving right to left. Whites Creek sets up their kick. There's the whistle. Another short kick, this one on the ground. Fielded by the Bobcats and immediately down. Good job there. Bobcats will have, again, good field position. They're going to be right around the 40-yard line, right in the middle of the field. Bobcat offense will come out Grizzard has mostly gone the distance at the running back position, and he'll be back in now. Bobcats will hand it off there off left tackle. He makes a move. Pretty good downfield blocking. It's going to be a pickup of about 5 or 6 yards, so another good first down play. Both drives now to start the second half. Bobcats have had a good first down play. Let's see if we can make something out of it on second down here. Be a gain of 5. It would be 2nd and 5. And before we can get going, looks like we might have a Bobcat with a cramp. Weather's a little bit cooler, but still very much muggy tonight. Had a little bit of rain in the area as the ball game started. It sprinkled for probably the first 5 minutes of actual time. Rain seems to have moved on off, at least for now, but it is about 97% humidity. Gavin Landers, the injured Bobcat on the play. He's jogging on off on his own power. Looks like it's probably going to be a cramp there. And Gavin will have to come out for at least one play. And back to work. Run again around the left side. And Grizzard is grabbed by his jersey. They pulled that jersey about 3 foot off of his neck. He was grabbed from behind on that. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 3rd and 5. Clock rolls under 7:33. Bobcats trail 28-15. Love to see an answer from the Bobcat offense right here. Got 2 wide right. Luke Meyer comes in motion. Little jump pass, and it is short. Bobcats tried a little trickery. Jump pass was intended for J.J. Adams. Luke Meyer came into motion. Hand off to Luke. He tried the little jump pass there, just didn't quite float it far enough, and the Whites Creek defense got underneath the route, jumped the route. They make the interception, and they'll take over on their own 42-yard line. Whites Creek will come back out on offense. Seems to be a little bit of confusion each time the Whites Creek comes out of who is going to come out on the play, but they finally get set. They've got 3 wide right, 1 wide left, running back to the left of the quarterback. There's a snap. Quarterback's back to pass. Pressure from the Bobcats. Ball is underthrown and nearly intercepted. Good coverage by the Bobcats. That's probably the best coverage we've had all night. And quarterback just underthrew that. J.J. Adams almost got in there for the interception. He was diving for it, but couldn't quite get his hands on it. Incomplete pass will stop the clock. And the Cobras have it 2nd and 10 from their own 42. Whites Creek sets up 2 wide to each side. Quick pass there. Out to the left side. He breaks a tackle. Goes out of bounds. And that's going to be enough for a Whites Creek first down. Receiver's going to get out past the 50, down to about the 47-yard line of the Bobcats. Whites Creek back on the move. Bobcats made a living in the second quarter of pressuring the quarterback. They're trying to get to him, haven't quite gotten to him in this third quarter. Here we go again. Quick pass out to the right side. It's a little screen. Well blocked by Whites Creek. May have been a hold out on the edge, but was not called, and it's going to be about a 15-yard gain, and Bobcats are going to have to find some kind of an answer because Whites Creek is rolling again. And they set up 1st and 10 from about the 24-yard line. 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Left side is the wide side of the field. Quarterback looking left all the way. Short pass thrown, hits the ground. It's going to be incomplete. It was a forward pass, just barely. Skip that one. Clock's going to stop. 6:28 to go in the third quarter. Bobcats trail 28-15. Looking to try to get a stop. Whites Creek has done a pretty good job in this third quarter of moving the ball on both of their drives. Scored on the first one. Bobcats really need an answer right here. They pulled to within 5. Whites Creek stretched it back to a 13-point lead. We'll see what we can do here. 2 wide right, 2 wide left. Long count. Nobody jumps. Deep pass. Good coverage there. That pass falls incomplete. Caden Powell on the coverage for the Bobcats. That was a good job. He matched the receiver step for step into the end zone. Able to make enough noise there that the ball falls incomplete. And now it's 3rd down. So this has been the Achilles heel, if there has been one for Whites Creek's offense tonight, has been incomplete passes and them not being able to get in sync on drives. That's what happened in the second quarter when the Bobcats were able to get pressure. They've misfired on 2. Now it's 3rd and 10. High snap, quick throw to the right side. Pretty short gain on that play from what we can see. We've got a bad angle from where we're at. Looks like it's probably a gain of about 4. More like a gain of 6. Still going to be 3rd and 4. Whites Creek is going to line up and go for it. They've got 2 wide left, 2 wide right. Left side is the wide side of the field. Quarterback back to pass. Throws it left. Bobcats are right there on it. And they're able to bring the receiver down. And they will force 4th down. Correction, that was 4th down. So the Bobcat defense holds. I thought it was 1st down. They never changed the 4th down. They never changed the marker. And the officials do confirm. Bobcats make the stop. So the defense holds. Bobcats take over on their own 21-yard line. And Whites Creek huddled up on the side. Bobcats are on the ball. And Whites Creek all of a sudden starts running defense out. Officials ready to spot it. Whites Creek is going to be given the opportunity to get the defense out. The officials spot the ball. Whites Creek still trying to figure out where they're going to be. Slate rolls out left. Quick pass. J.J. Adams on the reception for the Bobcats. Be a short gain on the play. Gain of about 3, so to be 2nd and 7. Clock rolls, nearing 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Bobcat offense really needs a touchdown right here. They'll go back to work. A high snap. Bobcats are able to get back on it. Cameron Grizzard falls on it. But that's going to be about an 11-yard loss. All the way back to the 5-yard line. So it's now 3rd and 20. 3rd and 25. And this is not where you want to be if you're the Bobcat offense. Bobcats set up 3 wide right. Not sure we were completely set up there. Try to throw a little screen. Ball falls incomplete. So it's going to be 4th down now, and 4th down from the 5-yard line. 4th and 25 from the 5. Bobcats are going to set up to punt, presumably. Looks like they're going to do the quick kick. Luke Meyer to take the snap. Gets the kick off, and it It went off the side of his foot, and it's only going to get about 10 yards downfield. Whites Creek is going to have an extremely short field on this drive. Whites Creek's going to be 1st and 10 from, so we wait for him to spot it, about the 25-yard line. The Bobcat defense is going to have to step up again. They stepped up on 4th down a moment ago. Were able to make a stop. 4:27 remaining in the third quarter. Bobcats trail 28-15. Whites Creek quick to the ball. They've got 3 wide receivers split out to the left, 1 to the right, running back to the right of the quarterback. You got to think they're going deep first play. Quarterback back to pass. Bobcats came after the quarterback right there. He threw a pass that was dangerously close to being behind the line of scrimmage, but it was forward just enough. Falls incomplete. It's 2nd and 10. Good pressure that time from Bobcat defensive line, and that's what we're going to have. Whites Creek has got guys that are fast. They are going to get downfield. Our best thing we can do defensively is get in the quarterback's face. Again, quarterback is a freshman, very talented freshman. He is going to be dangerous to face in a few years. But he does get a little bit antsy back there if you can get some pressure on him. So it's 2nd and 10. Whites Creek, 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Quarterback back to pass again. A hold on the outside does not get called. Quarterback scrambles out to the right side. He is going to get about 3 yards out of that one. Well, there was a hold on the left side and a block in the back on the right side, but only from the eyes of the person on the first row of the bleachers and a few people behind me. They're actually going to say that he didn't gain anything on the play, so it's going to be 3rd and 10. Whites Creek back to the line. 3 wide left again, 1 wide to the right, running back to the right side of the field. Left side is the wide side of the field. Whites Creek moving left to right. Quarterback back to pass. Another big hold. Quarterback spins out of nearly a sack. Ryan Moles chasing him down. DeAndre Thomas runs him out of bounds, and that's going to be a loss. So good pursuit by the Bobcat defense. They almost had a sack. Quarterback able to escape from it. He runs around to the left side, but he's going to run out of bounds, and they're going to run him out of bounds for a pretty big loss. It's going to be a loss of about 7, so it's going to be 4th and 17. And we're going to see they're going to move it back further than that. Maybe fourth and nearly 20. I'd look for a little fade route in the back of the end zone right here. It's worked a couple of times for them when they've been able to connect on it. Whites Creek has 2 wide to the right, 2 wide to the left. Hard count. Bobcats jumped a little bit but didn't go across the line. And Whites Creek's going to take a timeout. Looked like they were trying to set up and see what the Bobcats might have had in mind. And timeout Cobras, 4:02 remaining in the third quarter. Bobcats trail 28-15. Have held Whites Creek to 4th and 17 at this point. Whites Creek got the ball after an unfortunate punt. Bobcats were backed up on their own 5-yard line. Were able only to kick it out to about the 25. It's 4th and 17 from the 32. No chance of a field goal here from Whites Creek. They haven't even lined up for an extra point to this point in the game. Scored 4 touchdowns. They've gotten 2 2-point conversions and missed 2 2-point conversions. And as we come out of the timeout, again, what has worked best for Whites Creek has been when they could get their passing game going. Bobcats have done a pretty decent job of stopping most of the runs. They've lost contain a time or two, but have done a pretty decent job of stopping the run. 4th and 17, probably not the time you see Whites Creek pull out a run, except for they do have a reverse play, and they've been trying to set up they've also been trying to set up a little option play, or at least were in the first half. Whites Creek's going to set up 3 wide to the right, 2 to the left. Man in motion. He's going to motion back. Round to the right side. Bobcats get pressure and get good pressure. Not only pressure, but they get the sack. And that's big 57 Jack Keeney with the sack all the way back at the 46-yard line. So a 16-yard loss on that fourth down play sets the Bobcats up with the best field position they've had in the second half to start a drive. Bobcats are going to take over on downs. 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. They trail 28-15, 3:56 remaining in the third quarter. And now the question is, can the Bobcats find some spark on offense? Luke Meyer in at quarterback for the Bobcats. He'll take the snap. He's just going to drop his head, run forward, and he's going to push the pile. He's going to keep going. He's going to get it all the way across midfield to the 47-yard line on the other side of the field. So it'll be to the Whites Creek 47. That's a gain of about 7 yards there. Looks like Whites Creek may have a man down. And looks like that may be another cramp. Or at least thought initially that that was the case. Whites Creek training staff. Yeah, legs up in the air. It's like they're checking the knee of the injured Cobra. We're under an injury timeout, and the sprinkles are coming again. I know there was some more rain moving into the area at one point. And looks like it definitely was a cramp. The Cobra's able to get up off the field under his own power. Does look like I have a little bit of rain in the area, but shouldn't be anything too bad. So to reset, Luke Meyer took the direct snap. Goes about 6.5 yards, and it's second and we'll call it second and a long 3 for the Bobcats on the Whites Creek 47-yard line. Luke Meyer again on the direct snap. Puts his head down this time. He's across the 45 down to about the 42. That's going to be enough for the first down for the Bobcats. And sometimes when other things aren't working, you just go old school. Big dog Jeff White. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. There's no clouds of dust. I guess it's a cloud of rubber beads off the turf field. Luke Meyer again, same thing. Direct snap. Puts his head down. Worked the first 2 times. Maybe gains a yard the second on this time. Not quite as effective. That's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Bobcats. Be working on their own working on the Whites Creek 41-yard line. Luke Meyer takes the direct snap. Looked like he was going to hand it off. He took off up the middle with it. They're going to say he's down in grasp. Going to be a gain of about 3.5 yards. Whites Creek felt like they had a strip. Officials said he was in grasp. Forward progress was stopped. That was a close one and not one that you want to have to rely on very often, because I don't think the official would have been very far off on either direction he called that. Fortunately for us, we still have the ball. It's 3rd and 7. We roll just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Slate back at quarterback. Handoff Cameron Grizzard. He's wrestled around the helmet. He gets down to the 35. So a pickup of about 3. And it's going to be 4th down and 3 for the Bobcats from the Whites Creek 35-yard line. Bobcat offense still on the field. Kyler Slade at quarterback. Bobcats have two receivers to the right side, wing back to the left side. Handoff Grizzard, left side. He had a seam for a second and went to plant his foot and just slipped down. There was a man setting the edge. Not sure he would have been able to get it anyway. He was going to have to get through that man, but he planted his foot. And like I said, the rain has started just a little bit, and I think that turf got just a little bit slick on him. Lost his footing. Bobcats will turn it over on downs. 1:16 to go in the third quarter. Score still 28-16 in favor of, 28-15 in favor of Whites Creek. Whites Creek takes over on their own 37-yard line. Whites Creek going to go with a tight set this time. Three receivers to the bunch package to the left, two receivers to the right. They motion a man. Quarterback's going to run. Misdirection. He ran away from the flow. He gets about 4 or 5 yards. He's going to run just straight out of bounds. It's a good play by Whites Creek. He could have turned that up, probably gone for a few more yards, but he just gets right out of bounds. Pick up a 4. Be 2nd and 6 for Whites Creek. They're going to set up at their own 41-yard line and keep out of that tight set. Man in motion. There's a handoff on a jet sweep around the left side. Whites Creek blocked that up pretty well. He's going to hit the edge. And he was off to the races for a bit. A little bit of a scrum behind the play. See if there's a flag on it. I don't see a flag come out. A little bit of extracurriculars on the backside of the play. Kind of unnecessary all over. It was 10 yards away from the ball. There is an injured Whites Creek player on that play. Whites Creek will push it out across the 50-yard line. They're going to be at the Bobcat 48. Be 1st and 10 after the injury timeout. 1:05 remaining in the third quarter. Bobcats trail 28-15. Injured Cobras attended to. We're back to action. Right around midfield. Whites Creek sticking with that tighter set. I think they're doing that to keep us from coming off the edge a little bit, maybe get a chip on the defensive end as he's coming in. They've got 3 bunched up to the right, 2 out to the left. Send a receiver in motion from left to right. They're going to hand it to him on the jet sweep again. Bobcats force it inside, but the pursuit wasn't there quite as quick as it needed to be. It's a pretty big gain for Whites Creek on first down. It looks like they're going to be down to right about the 40-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of about 8, I believe. And another injury timeout. Appears to be another cramp scenario. Appears that some folks have not been drinking their Pedialyte this week. Hydration starts before Friday and not quite going on right now. So it's a pickup of 9. 2nd and 1 for Whites Creek. 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Looks like they may just let time expire on this. We'll see what they do. They're shuffling the line all kinds of around, down to 10 seconds. They look confused, but I'm not sure that they really are. Down to 5 seconds. They're going to try to get a playoff here. They get it off right before the buzzer sounds, and they just had a man break wide open, and the quarterback just overshoots him. They had the man on the fade route. Ball's going to fall incomplete, and that's going to end the third quarter. So after 3, Bobcats trail 28-15. And that will be the end of the third quarter. 1 minute 30 seconds. 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 1 minute 30 se Thankfully for the big guys on the field, it's not a 60-yard sprint this time, only about 20. A dash, if you will. We're going to 4. Whites Creek's able to put 1 touchdown on the board in the third quarter. That's all the scoring we saw. Bobcats took control in the second quarter of the game. Let's see if they've got a fourth quarter as good as their second quarter was. And if they do, we may be in for a barn burner. 13-point game. Bobcats trail 28-15. Whites Creek will have it third down. Officials will get the change reset. And it is third down. Didn't realize how close it was. Third and less than a yard. Now they'll move it back. It's third and right at a yard. Whites Creek sets up several wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Bobcat defense comes after them. They got a man slipping down the seam, and he's just faster than we are, and the quarterback's able to put it in on the breadbasket. So first play of the fourth quarter, Whites Creek puts it in the end zone. 11:51 remaining in the fourth quarter, and in regulation, and Whites Creek moves ahead, 34-15. Whites Creek will set up for the 2-point conversion. They will hand it inside, and the Bobcats will make the stop. Conversion is no good. So with 11:51 remaining in the fourth quarter, your new score, Whites Creek 34, Greenbrier 15.
Touchdown brought to you by TCC Hair Salon. You can get a shampoo just like these windows. TCC Salon.
Whites Creek will set up their kickoff, and we'll be back to action. Another short kick to the front line this time. Good job by the Bobcats of getting on it. That one didn't even get to the 50. So Bobcats will set up with good field position, but they are going to have to move quickly. And we're going to have some short drives on defense if we've got any chance of getting back into this one. 19-point ball game. 3 scores any way you look at it. Bobcat offense comes back out. Got 2 wide to the right. Wing back to the right. A little bit of miscommunication there. Had an extra man on the field, but got it going there. Handoff. Grizzard. Off right tackle. They're going to get us for a hold right there, and they're going to get us for a hold. Goodness. It was definitely a hold there. No doubt about it. Line has done a pretty good job most of the night. But the one time you can't hold is when there's nobody around you, and that's exactly what happened to us. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. And it will be 1st and 20 for the Bobcats. Slade in the gun. Handoff, Grizzard, left side. Got a head of steam. Back across the 50. A really good run there. Gets all the penalty yardage back plus a few. So 1st and 20. Goes to 2nd and about 8 or 9. Bobcats to the line quickly. Again, Grizzard to the left side. Jumps out to the left side. Somebody just got to his ankles and tripped him up just enough to make the stop. Still gets a few yards on the play. Not going to be quite as much as you would have liked to have had right there. I'm going to give him a gain of about 1.5. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Bobcats. Offense is going to have to find something here. Clock running inside of 11 minutes. Bobcats trail 34-15. Slade in the gun. Snap. Hard count. Think we may have got him. And it is going to be encroachment on Whites Creek. So a 5-yard penalty is going to make this all of a sudden 3rd and 3 instead of 3rd and 8. Move it ahead 5 yards. Wouldn't be surprised to see another hard count right here. Defensive lineman jumped. He knew he did, and everybody was just staring, and they were waiting for the official to throw the flag. Another hard count. They don't jump this time. Bobcats get the signal in. Clock rolling under 10:20. There's the snap. Handoff Grizzard left side. And Whites Creek was ready for it that time. They jetted the ends upfield. Cameron didn't have really anywhere to go there. It's going to be a loss of about 3. Loss of 2. Be 4th and 5. Bobcats set up. Whites Creek 43-yard line. 4th down. Fake it to Grizzard. Pass out to J.J. Adams. I'm not sure how far he got, but it's not quite enough for a 1st down. His pickup of about 2 or 3. J.J. Adams makes the reception. A good job of getting the pass off by Kyler Slade. Had a man in his face. Gets the pass off. Boy, it was just barely short. But short nonetheless. And 9:38 remaining in the game. Bobcats trail 34-15. At this point, you're going to need a turnover or 2 to get back in this one. First, you need a stop, though. Whites Creek comes out. 3 wide receivers to the right. 1 to the left. Running back sets up left to the quarterback. Bobcats on a delayed blitz. They got to the quarterback. And how about a shout out to the freshman? Correction. Misread the number there. That was Nathan McLaughlin in on the play there. The junior for the Bobcats. Quarterback pulled it, tried to run. We'll see where the official spot is at. Looks like it is going to be a loss. That'll go down in the books as a sack for the Bobcats. And it's 2nd and a long 10. Clock winds under 9 minutes to go. Whites Creek backs back into that bunch package. And they're going to go jet sweep on the motion man. Bobcats sniff it out. Good job there. Be a tackle for a loss. Only problem is the clock is running and running quickly. 8 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the game. Bobcats trail 34-15. It's 3rd and 15 for Whites Creek. And Whites Creek content to slowly run that play in. They're going to take all the time they can take. They've got to be getting close. They've run 30 seconds of clock time off since I've been paying attention, but they do get the play off. Quarterback drops back to pass. Toss over the middle. And again, just a man too fast. J.J. Adams tried to get him. He tried to get him about 5 yards after he caught the pass, had a hold of his jersey, and just couldn't quite get close enough to him to make the stop. And Whites Creek puts 6 more on the board, goes up 40-15. We hadn't heard from the Whites Creek band all the second half, but they are fired up now. Whites Creek sets up for 2-point conversion. 3 wide to the right. Throw is to the right. Good job defensively there by JJ. He's able to knock that one down. So Whites Creek puts 6 more on the board. It's 40-15. And Bobcats now trail by 4 scores. We'll set up the return team. And see what they can do with 7:46 remaining in the game. Bobcat return team on. They moved the second line up a little bit. Pretty big gap between the second and third lines. The last time or two, Whites Creek has just kicked dribblers about 8 yards. And before they can get the kickoff, there's a whistle. I'm not sure what that whistle was for. Everybody appeared to be set up. No indication from the officials. They just kind of blew the play dead. It looks like Whites Creek's coaches were upset about something. I don't know what it was. Now they're going to swap a ball out? An odd something going on. I'm not sure what's happening here. Right before the kick, official blew it dead. Officials now talking to the Whites Creek coaching staff. I'm not sure what the issue is. Whites Creek coaching staff was upset about something. Regardless, Whites Creek lines back up again. Another short kick. Bobcats get on it. And will take over at their own 38-yard line. The officials are going to throw a flag on the play pre-snap. Mark off 5 against the Bobcats. Didn't see what the call was. It'll be 1st and 15 with 7:42 to go in the ball game. Bobcats trail 40-15. Handoff. Cameron Gazard starts left, makes his way back to the right, picks up about 2 yards to the 36-yard line. And it's going to be 2nd and 13 for the Bobcats. Clock winds, going just under 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Handoff again. Thomas now in at running back for the Bobcats. Has a good little burst there, picks up about 5 yards. Unfortunately, it was 2nd and 14. So now it's 3rd and 9 for the Bobcats right at the 40-yard line on their own 40. Cameron Gazard checks back in. Slate takes the snap, rolls right. Has a man in Luke Meyer. He had a man draped all over him. I don't know how he caught that and how that wasn't either holding or pass interference. But either way, it's a pickup of about 4 yards, and it's going to be 4th and 5 for the Bobcats. Got to imagine the Bobcats get up here, try to do that hard count. They've gotten them a couple of times. There it was. Lyman jumped a little bit, but he didn't cross the line. Slate gets his call. Sets up the play. The handoff to Grisard. And nothing doing on that one. And that's going to be a turnover on downs for the Bobcats. Whites Creek will take over. 5:22 to go in the 4th quarter. Officials spot the ball, start the clock, or start the play clock anyway. Whites Creek finally to the line. They ran 12 onto the field. Now they run the 12th man off. 3 receivers to the right side. They put 1 in motion. They're going to hand it off inside. Looks like there's probably going to be a hold from where that flag was thrown, is my guess. Flag thrown from the side judge right at the line of scrimmage. No gain to speak of on the play. We await the official call. And it is going to be a hold. Correction. Looks like they may have called a chop block there. So that'll be 15. And it's 1st and 25. Clock rolls under 4:30. Whites Creek hands off inside. Running back breaks a tackle.
down.
Bobcats do a good job of not giving up on the play. Gavin Landris actually ran the running back down. He did pick up 15, though, and it's 2nd and 10. Clock rolls under 4 minutes. A good push by the defensive line right there. Whites Creek tried to run it up the middle. Bobcats have nothing of it. Big Jack Keeney in the middle of it. And that'll be a loss of 7. It's 3rd and 17 now. And again, Whites Creek more than content to eat up as much clock as they can. Just let it roll. They're going to set up with 3 wide to the right, 1 wide to the left. The man on the left comes into motion. Be a jet sweep to him. My goodness, we had a hold. And another one. And another one. 3 terrible holds. And it's hard to make a tackle when you're getting tackled. And Whites Creek's going to go into the end zone for a touchdown. Bobcats got held. Luke Meyer was trying to set the edge on that. He just got absolutely wrapped up and taken down. There was a hold downfield about 20 yards downfield to throw a defender out of bounds, and one about 35 yards right as he was running into the end zone. So not sure how nobody saw any of those, but apparently they didn't. And the rains have come. 2:41 remaining in the game. Whites Creek sets up for the 2-point conversion. Jack Keeney there to stop it. So Whites Creek gets 6 more. It's 46-15 with 2:41 remaining in the game. And the rain's coming down hard now. Whites Creek players start to celebrate. This will be Whites Creek's, I believe, their first region win in Region 5-4A. I believe that's correct. So 2:41 remaining in the ball game. Rain's coming down pretty hard right now. Looking ahead to next week, Marshall County is well in control, thanks to Jim for the update there. Marshall County well in control against Station Camp right now. What we do know about the Tigers, they're 3-0. They won 10 games a year ago, and they want that number 1 spot. They think they're the ones that can knock Pearl Cone off of that number 1 spot. So the Bobcats will make the trip down to Marshall County next week. They did lose their quarterback after last year. He is at Bethel, actually rooming with former Bobcat Travarius Flood, who saw quite a bit of action. Shout out to Travarius in the win last week. Saw quite a bit of action. Back to the game here. Bobcats hand off on first down, hand it to Cameron Grizzard. He stopped for a very short gain. It's going to run the clock under 2 minutes as the rains come down. And that is pretty well going to do it from here. We are going to try to pack stuff up before we get more drenched than we are. Bobcats will be back on the road next week at Marshall County. Hopefully we'll have Jim back. You can have a little bit better commentary than you've had tonight from me alone. Jim, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Thank you for watching things from the house, keeping things updated on social media. Second down there, handoff to Zion Knight. He surges ahead, pickup of about 8. It will be third down for the Bobcats. they'll spot the ball. Clock rolls under 120. And the clock will roll. Slade in the gun. Bobbled snap. Worried about that. Scoop and score adds insult to injury there from